One. Welcome to another edition of One Take Only. I'm George Phillips with my semi-good friend John McClellan and my lovely wife Susan, who you've all seen on the blog and seen at the Speedway. But we're here for our little fireside chat. Oh, and our last surviving dog, Pippa, our little Sheltie, our little Pippa. Pippa's not real fired up about being on here, but whatever.
Pippa's going to add some conversation.
We have treats.
Yes, but I guess this is our Christmas fireside chat. We're by the fireplace, but there's not a fire in the fireplace, but we do have the tree going, and probably can't see, but there are some racing-related IMS ornaments on there. So, and these silly hats that keep jingling as I turn my head and talk.
And they are silly.
Yes, they are. But John was upset because I made him take off his Indy 500 hat, and then he was afraid that it would show the world that he's bald.
I'm not afraid of that.
So, anyway.
I am John.
You want a treat?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we are in the midst of a deep off season. And although, as I pointed out a couple of months back, this is not as long an off season as what we've had. I think the 2008 off season.
Mm-hmm. But it was so long ago, it's hard to remember how long that was. You know.
Okay, well, this is still long. Hello, Pippa. It's long, but it's just not unbearably long. Season is going to get underway March 8th, hopefully in Brazil. I say hopefully because there is some, there's still some, what are you doing?
I just want to take it off just for a moment.
Okay, so I hope the glare off your head isn't blinding the camera. But anyway, Brazil is sort of iffy still. I think it is going to come off. I think they'll race on the track. I can't vouch for what the condition of the stands are going to be, but it's going to be sort of a questionable race.
Mm-hmm. Well, George, I'll tell you that what's fun, if there's anything fun or interesting about the off season, is just the news and seeing the new Indy Lights car and the new team that's come in from over in England.
Carling.
Yeah, Carling.
And I tell you what, that Indy Lights car is a good-looking car.
Good-looking car.
Much better looking than the DW12, I think. Be curious to see how it races. I've been hearing some decent reports on it, but also looking forward to the Aero kits coming up. And
they've sure kept that under wraps. There's not a clue out there.
No, and no, there's not. But if you took yours off, I'm taking mine off.
There you go.
Now I've got cap head, but we'll get those going in here in a second. But the Aero kits, and I wrote about this last week. Not real happy about the thing where if one is lagging behind, that they're going to allow that manufacturer to come in and make adjustments while the other one stays frozen. That to me it kind of goes against all the principles of racing that I was brought up following, but I'm old school.
I think that all teams should be able to improve on whatever they got going on throughout the season.
Well, either ought to freeze them both,
okay,
or allow them to make tweaks all throughout the season. But maybe I'm wrong, but the way I'm reading it and the way I understand it is that they're going to allow one mid-season change for the team that's behind. Hopefully they'll both be pretty much neck and neck, and they won't even have to do that. But I think for whatever reason, I think the general consensus is that Honda's going to be the one behind. Don't know why that people are assuming that, but let's just say, for example, they are. I don't think it's fair if of course, they'll be racing the old kits or the old body style in Brazil, but starting St. Petersburg, they're going to be having the Aero kits. And if, say, through the month of May, Chevy's just kicking Honda's butt, and then all of a sudden they allow Honda to go in and make changes, but Chevy can't do anything, I don't think that's fair. Do you think that's fair, Pippa?
No, I don't think it's fair either. Pippa says no. So.
Okay.
All right, we got that out of the way.
Yeah. What have you been doing this off season?
Well, I've been
to keep your. I mean, not. I really don't care what you've been doing with your personal time. But I mean, to kind of keep up with racing, satisfy your racing itch.
Well, I keep up with Racer Magazine and what and I listen to Trackside, which I might add, because of the addition of question that you brought up the other day about to Andretti about the national track.
John Lopes, Andretti Sports Marketing.
Also, I keep up with a lot of stuff right there on oilpressure.com.
Well, that's good, and I appreciate that. So at least I got one reader every day.
By the way, while we're on this, and you know that this is we've got a week and a half left of the year, and aren't those Next Ovation boys, aren't they supposed to have the track?
That's not going to happen. We knew last May when that thing was first announced, and this group, it's a Nashville-based company that they sound, to me personally, they sound like snake oil salesmen. I don't see any way on earth that group can
pull it together.
Yeah, they tried to buy the Nürburgring last year, and they put out I forget the number, something like a $230 million bid for it, and they ended up taking a bid that was $68 million less. Now, you got to think that they knew their money didn't really exist. So to take a bid that much less, I think speaks volumes. And this company has no product, no income. How can they put together a $46 million deal?
I was surprised to learn from Trackside the other night that there is a 200 or 400 mile radius of tracks where you cannot put another race in there.
Well, I don't think that's every race. I do think that's the deal with Barber, we're assuming. We don't know that, but John Lopes on Trackside last week did say that they were looking at coming to the national track a couple of years ago, but that there was another company another promoter that exercised a 400-mile radius. Well, you do the math, but there's only two tracks within 400 miles of here, and that's Indianapolis Motor Speedway and Barber. So I doubt that Indianapolis Motor Speedway would be balking, so I'm guessing that it would be Barber. So don't know why that would be the case with road course versus an oval, but whatever.
Hey, do you like the new schedule?
No.
Okay.
I don't hate it. It's just.
It's just the same.
Yeah, they picked up Brazil. New Orleans. Yeah, good.
No, you two are going to New Orleans.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We're going to NOLA. Yeah, good thinking. I forgot about that. But yes, we are going to NOLA. That's the third race of the year after St. Pete and Brazil. I keep forgetting about Brazil, but yeah, we're going to NOLA and looking forward to that because it's been a while since we've been to New Orleans, and we like the area, and it's gonna be fun. We've been to every single Barber race, and maybe we can start another Southern tradition.
Going to New Orleans.
But I tell you what, and that's another Andretti track, Andretti Sports Marketing. They know how to do it. They seem to have the Midas touch. I wish they could, whether it's Nashville or some other tracks. I wish they could get more and more involved, and I think they want to.
Good. I'd like to see them come in and do Nashville. This is a great market. That track is just sitting fallow out there.
Sitting what?
It's just kind of collecting dust. Lots of dust.
Yeah, I think they're keeping it up more so than IMS was kept in the 40s during the war, right. But they're still using it for NASCAR does some testing there, but it's just sitting there gathering dust at the moment. But
what about sponsorships?
What about them?
Well, there's been some news throughout all of the motorsports industry on sponsorships and
such as?
Well, for instance, we got NTT for Tony Kanon's car.
Yeah, well, that of course, he was originally slated for that sponsorship anyway, but then when Dario got injured, he slid over into the Target car. And now, I guess, I don't know who the sponsor is going to be for Sage Karam. That it's pretty well assumed he's going to be in that fourth car, I guess the number 8 car. Don't know who that's going to be, but Kanon, he has a good relationship with the NTT people, so they're excited to have him. And I guess odd man out though is Ryan Briscoe.
Don't you mean third car instead of fourth car?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because
me too, Susan. Okay, I thought so. But
Charlie Kimball's in the third car.
that's right. Oh, thank you.
How can we forget?
So anyway, as I said, the fourth car.
He made me eat crystals before.
Yes, we did. We split a bag of a dozen crystals,
Gosh, you know what?
and she only had 4. So do the math on that. Anyway,
It's not going to be good.
yeah, but you can tell we're kind of rambling on, but we did want to have this right before heading into Christmas, and we will. This is Monday, and then they're going to have something up there on Wednesday, Christmas Eve. And do you know what else is really big about Wednesday?
Being Christmas Eve, that Santa comes that night. What? That's Christmas Eve.
It is Christmas Eve, but it also, Wednesday is the 24th of December, which means that we will be exactly 5 months from the running of the 99th running of the Indianapolis 500.
That does add a little extra special to that day.
It does, and
I mean, you got, look, Santa's coming. It is Christmas Eve, and it's 5 months until the Indianapolis 500.
yeah, so it's big, and you know, things kind of go dormant here right before Christmas, but then once New Year's hits, bam, we're kind of back into racing mode. Get the bowl games behind us,
Yeah.
and we kind of shift from football into racing mode. There's the Super Bowl, but after that, we're in full racing mode.
Well, Georgia, if you want to really get down to brass tacks on the 23rd, I might just think about 5 months from the Saturday before the race, which is always a lot of fun. I love being there.
Yeah,
So,
but
It's not race day.
Susan and I will be there for 3 weekends in a row.
Oh, I know.
So,
The importance that
yeah.
I'm sitting next to is just fantastic.
That's right. But
By the way,
anyway,
George, I do want to say this, that last year, throughout that whole month, part of my excitement and the sustaining of the excitement was keeping up with what you guys were up to through oil pressure, and I really appreciate it.
that doesn't really speak well for your life if that's not good for your month. But,
It's not.
But anyway,
She's gonna run.
we do want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, and we have these wonderful hats that are very festive. If I can figure out how to activate this thing,
You press this button right here.
well,
Uh-oh. Listen. It doesn't work. It did work.
so anyway, mine doesn't work. I'm defective as usual, but
We just
Why doesn't it work?
I think I killed the battery.
You did.
But anyway, we do want to wish. That's okay. We do want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year, and come back here on Wednesday. I'll have one final post before I kind of take a little sabbatical. But wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Yay!